米大リーグ、ドジャースに所属する大谷翔平は、長年専属通訳を務めた水原一平氏が巨額の違法賭博に関わった疑惑について、日本時間26日に声明を発表しました。大谷は、自身が賭博を行っていないこと、胴元への自身の口座からの送金も、一切関与していないとし、違法賭博、違法ブックメーカーへの送金など全てを否定。その後、チームメイトたちも大谷への全面支持を表明し、フレディ・フリーマン内野手は、
大谷が昨日言ったことがその助けになることを願う。会見の後に彼が入ってきた時、自分で話すことができてほっとしているのが見て取れた。
とコメント。マックス・マンシー内野手は、
僕らみんな彼の味方だ。彼は僕らに直接真実を話してくれた。彼を 100% 信じる。
と気遣い。エンリケ・フェルナンデス内野手は、
トラブルへの対応の仕方が僕よりはるかに優れている。とんでもない裏切り方をされた。それでも仕事に出てきて何事もなかったように、野球に影響しないようどう対応するかということに、彼は本当に素晴らしい対応をしている。
と称賛していました。そんな中、ポッドキャスト番組ザ・リッチ・アイゼンショーで司会を務めるリッチ・アイゼン氏は、
はっきりと言っておく。俺は翔平が言ってることすべてを信じている。
とし、大谷の足を引っ張ろうとするマスコミに対して、お怒りモードでしたので、その模様をすべて日本語字幕付きでご紹介していきます。
And I want to start this show with Shohei Ohtani. I want to just say this flat out. I want everything that Shohei Ohtani is saying and everything that his team put out there after the initial response to ESPN's story that multiple millions of Shohei's dollars were wired in, apparently, from Shohei Ohtani to a Southern California illegal bookmaker, that I want to believe everything about that the first story that came out was all because of the interpreter lying from the beginning, and then Shohei just learned out of the blue that he had lost millions of dollars because his interpreter friend had ripped him off. I want to believe all this. I want to believe all this because Shohei Ohtani is exactly who I want to root for, who a lot of us want to root for various reasons. One is he's a unicorn. We've never seen anybody play baseball like him in our lifetimes, and I want to believe him. He seems like such a good guy. Again, in the couple of minutes that I met him with my youngest son Cooper at the Rams-Saints Thursday night football game. By the way, his interpreter was there, I guess, ready to jump in and interpret for us in case he was needed. Honestly, when Shohei Ohtani stood up to take a picture with me, and his agent couldn't have been cooler, set us up, and it was great. Mizuhara jumped up thinking that I might need to have a conversation with Ohtani or anything like that. Had no idea if he thought like maybe I had an idea for a prop bet. This is what this is all turning into. This is all turning into that, it's kind of a punchline for many of us right now. And I want to believe Ohtani as well. Ohtani in this day and age, where sports stars and people like me in the media are told to pick a lane, right? We're told to pick a lane where Aaron Rodgers is talking about stuff outside of the world of football quite a bit and then going in front of a microphone and saying, this should only be about football here. Or you even hear me talk about things in the real world from this chair, and you might be just like, Rich, pick a lane, stay in it. Even though that's not the way the world works anymore. Shohei Ohtani has only one lane. It's the lane of playing baseball. He doesn't talk outside of the world of baseball. He doesn't even care to let you in on his life. Apparently, his own teammates were stunned by the Instagram post that he was married. His own new teammates were like, what? That's the word about Shohei Ohtani. So he's just about playing. He's just about ball. He only wants to be about ball. And in this day and age, that's kind of refreshing for a lot of fans. So that's my long-winded wind-up for this pitch. Does this get weirder every day or what?
Dude,
it gets weirder every single day. And it gets more and more difficult to believe that everything that we're being told by Ohtani, or everything that Ohtani has been about ever since the first explanation for why Ohtani's money wound up in the hands of this fella down here in Southern California, a bookie, that it just doesn't stand up to the, okay, now we believe you, and now let's just play baseball. And the latest from ESPN, from the initial reporter who broke the story, Tisha Thompson, and the byline shared with Paula Levine, and I hope I'm pronouncing Paula's name appropriately, last night, that ESPN apparently just cannot get an answer from Ohtani's team as to which authorities they have actually reported the interpreter to. They won't say it. ESPN has been asking repeatedly for the information since Ohtani's lawyers first issued a statement last week alleging that Shohei has been the victim of a massive theft, and we're turning the matter over to the authorities, says this report. When asked Tuesday to provide proof that Ohtani or his representatives have reported the theft to an investigating agency, a spokesperson for Ohtani declined to comment. I'll tell you this. Okay? Chris, TJ, Jason Feller, tell this to Del Tufo and whatever manhole cover he's apparently opening up to set up the UFL wiring. Okay?
You're stupid, Mike.
I'll tell Larry, I'll tell anybody this. If anybody steals an insane amount of money from me, I will gladly tell you which authorities I have reported them to.
Exactly.
I will gladly tell you. I will sing from the rafters and say, run, tell that.
By the way, even if it's $45, not let alone $4.5 million.
I will tell anybody that person ripped me off, and please go and speak to the authorities I have reported this person to, and that person's ass should already be rotting in jail. What gives? So finally, I guess, so ESPN is like, and Tisha Thompson's on our show, I believe was our first guest Thursday. I can't wait to ask her all these questions. It appears they're like cold calling authorities. Are you looking into Shohei Ohtani's interpreter? And they found one. ESPN received no confirmation from any of the likely local, state, or federal agencies that could investigate allegations of theft that they received a report from Ohtani's camp. The Department of Homeland Security confirmed to ESPN on Tuesday that it is working with the IRS to investigate Ohtani's ex-interpreter, but would not specify whether it was looking into Ohtani's theft allegation or if it had been contacted by Ohtani's representatives. This is my favorite quote. A spokesperson told ESPN in a statement, quote, Homeland Security Investigations Los Angeles. By the way, that's HSILA. For those who might want to maybe pitch a show here in town. And IRS Criminal Investigation Los Angeles Field Office are conducting a joint federal investigation into the matter. By the way, IRS Criminal Investigation sounds like the most boring procedural in the history of CBS. Doesn't that sound like something that Iron Eagle would read a promo for, as, you know,
coming soon
as
on
NC's,
Paramount Plus.
Stream it on Paramount Plus. And a two-way sports star has multiple millions stolen by his interpreter on the next IRS criminal investigation on CBS, America's most watched network. Already put you to sleep, doesn't it? I want to believe, but why is it a secret? And where's the interpreter? And who's talking to him? And what are they investigating? What's there to investigate other than, like, did you rip him off and how'd you do it? Because everything needs, you know, like multiple verifications and codes and texts. Certainly to wire, you know, $500,000 apparently 9 times. Man, I want to believe this. Please help me believe it. Help me help you.
これからも大谷の活躍から目が離せません。皆様からのコメントもお待ちしております。